On 5 February 2026, one of our colleagues in this chamber caused the publication through his official social media account of a spliced and manipulated compilation of statements I have made during the aforesaid Commission on Appointments hearing. The said post presented a video compilation at sabay-sabay po nating panoorin ito.
Patayan natin dito for something that is not even within our EEC. Ang gawin natin po para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG.
Nag-govern pa rin yung international law. So atin yung Calayan Island Group.
We call now on Captain Jess B. Pilar, Philippine Navy, the most senior among the officers now under consideration.
Meron po tayong mga isla na occupied natin ngayon. Ito yung Kalayaan Island Group. Ngunit, they are way beyond our EEC. Wala doon sa limit ng ating exclusive economic zone.
Being a member of the armed forces, our seas, our rights, and our future, and we just stick to what is legally ours, what is stated in our law, sir.
I'd like to congratulate you for responding very well to the questions of the Honorable Marcoleta.
At first glance, Mr. President, the video may appear to convey precisely the narrative it was designed to suggest. However, that impression is fundamentally misleading. Recognizing the implications of such a portrayal, I formally wrote to said colleague and sought clarification as to the purpose and intent of publishing a spliced video which seemed to have deliberately tweaked the import of my statements and portrayed in a manner as though I was advocating the surrender of a portion of our territory. Ayan po yung aking sulat, Mr. President, a one-page letter. Ayan naman po yung 3 pahina na sagot sa akin, Mr. President. In his reply letter, he characterized my concerns in this manner, and I quote, "Allegations that the video excerpt was deliberately crafted to mislead or that it was altered to deceive are serious in nature and demand substantiation. None has been provided. I strongly disagree, Mr. President. The substantiation lies in the record itself. The official transcript and the unedited proceedings plainly demonstrate how my statements were taken out of context and presented in a manner that materially altered their meaning. Ilalantad ko po ito maya-maya ng konti, Mr. President." He further stated, and I quote, "For your information, I do not exercise editorial control nor oversee the day-to-day uploading of content on the said page, which is maintained by my office as part of our regular public information efforts with materials drawn from official and publicly verifiable proceedings." Again, I strongly disagree, Mr. President. Even if he does not exercise direct editorial control, responsibility still lies with his office for ensuring that the materials they publish accurately reflect the context and intent of the proceedings. Hindi po pwedeng sabihin hindi ako ang direktang gumawa. This is a clear attempt to shift one's responsibility. So stated by our colleague in his letter. Sa batas at prinsipyo ng pamamahala, may tinatawag na command responsibility. Hindi maaaring maghugas ng kamay ang operator ng taxi or jeepney kapag nakasagasa ng kanyang driver sa ilalim ng batas at ng prinsipyo ng vicarious liability. Ang operator pa rin ang nananagot dahil siya ang nagmamay-ari ng prangkisa at namamahala ng mga sasakyan. Ganon din ang may-ari ng karinderya. Kapag may na-food poison, dahil sa pagkaing inihain, hindi niya maaaring ituro ang kusinera at sabihing siya ang nagluto. Sa mata ng batas, ang may-ari ng karinderya ang may pananagutan sa kalidad at kaligtasan ng pagkain. Sa paghahalin tulad po, Mr. President, sa kaso ng driver at kusinera, kahit ang lahat ay nangyari nang hindi sinasadya, nananagot pa rin ang may-ari. Sa kaso ng splice video na maliwanag namang sinadya, lalong dapat managot ang may-ari, lalo pa kung siya ay talaga namang sangkot sa paggawa nito. Lastly, said colleague maintained that the video merely reflects what was posted in the Commission's official broadcast, and I quote, "Be that as it may, an objective viewing of the subject video would show that it is merely an excerpt from the official live broadcast of the Commission on Appointments hearing." Again, I strongly disagree, Mr. President. The truth is, it is a corrupted excerpt taken from the official live broadcast of the Commission on Appointments, presented in a way that selectively edited or rearranged my words for the purpose of distorting the meaning and misleading the people. Mr. President, his explanations do not address the central issue. The concern is not the source of the footage, but the manner in which it was spliced and deceptively presented. Appearances, as we know, can be engineered. The compilation was not an honest representation of the proceedings. What was shown was not the substance of the discussion, but manufactured impression. One that rearranged fragments of my remarks to create a meaning I neither intended nor expressed. Mr. President, kung ang simpleng pahayag nga ay nabibigyan ng iba't ibang interpretasyon, depende kung sino ang nakakarinig. Paano pa kaya ang pinagsama-sama at pinagtagpi-tagping piraso ng salaysay? Hindi ba't mas maraming malilihis sa tunay na konteksto at mensahe na nais maiparating? These statements were maliciously lifted, compiled, and used without consideration of its context. The complete transcript of the hearing would clearly show that there was no intent to surrender our rightful territory. As I previously said, it was only to illustrate the Herculean task of delimiting the West Philippine Sea in relation to the enclave territorial seas of each of the occupied and claimed features in the Kalayaan Island Group, most of which lie in the high seas. Mr. President, in the interest of transparency and fairness, I will be presenting the original video excerpts from which the circulated clips were taken, alongside the edited compilation that was posted on our colleague's official page, and the pages of the transcript where it was lifted from. By laying them side by side, we and the public will clearly see how particular statements were extracted from different portions of the hearing and rearranged in sequence to construct a narrative that did not exist in the actual exchange. The comparison will demonstrate in concrete terms how selective cutting and reordering of remarks can transform a hypothetical illustration into what falsely appears to be a categorical position. In doing so, I seek clarity so that the record may speak for itself, complete and unaltered.
Papatayan natin dito for something that is not even within our EEC. Ang gawin natin po para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG. Ano ba talaga ipagpapatayan natin dito? We will offer our lives, including the lives of our children, and to die for it, for something that is not even within our EEC. Ang gawin natin po para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG. Then, mako-coordinate na natin lahat. But until and unless nandun yung KIG, wala nga po nasa labas po ng ating exclusive economic zone. Paano po malalagay sa entire West Philippine Sea? Mr. Chair, kaya po yun ang dahilan, hindi po tayo makagawa ng mapa para sana ma-submit na natin. And in our lifetime, we will able to see doon sa entire stretch ng South China Sea, lalabas doon ang West Philippine Sea.
Ang video na nasa kaliwa, Mr. President, ay nagmula sa Facebook page ng ating colleague. Yung nasa kanan po ay ang original na video. Mapapansin po ninyo, ang pinagkunan po niya, pinagsama-samang salita upang mabuo ang isang pangungusap. Katulad po ang nakalagay sa yan pong nakikita ninyo. Yung kulay pink po sa baba, nakalagay, Senator Marcoleta, ano ba talaga ang pinagpapatayan natin dito for something that is not even within our EEC? Ang gawin po natin para madali, i-give up natin yung KIG. Tingnan po ninyo yung mga phrases, mga parirala, mga salita na nakukulayan ng yellow. Doon po niya kinuha lahat yun at pinagdugtong-dugtong. Yung una pong nasa yellow ay page 22, line 9. Yung CCA live timestamp po ay 10649 to 10652. Yung pangalawa pong nasa yellow at yung pangatlo page 22, lines 10 to 12. CA live timestamp 10658, 10704. Diyan po ninyo makikita na pinagdugtong-dugtong lang po ang aking sinabi para sa ganon makapagporma ng isang pangungusap na mag-iiba ang kanyang kahulugan. Ang pahayag kong ito, Mr. President, ay matatagpuan sa page 22, line 9 at lines 10 to 12 ng CA transcript of stenographic notes noong ika-4 na Pebrero kung saan tinanong ko sila kung alam na ba natin ang ating coordinates sapagkat ang ating mga kasamaan sa armed forces ay nakikipagpatayan upang proteksyonan o protektahan ang ating teritoryo kahit na wala pa tayong kasiguraduhan sa hangganan nito.
Nag-govern pa rin yung international law. So atin yung Kalayaan Island Group. Nag-govern pa rin yung international law, di ba? This was made formal by the arbitral ruling. Di ba? So atin yung Kalayaan Island Group.
Yung nasa kaliwa po, ito po yung cheap fake. Yung nasa kanan, yan po yung original, Mr. President. Dito sa video clip na yan, ay makikita natin na ang ating kasamahan na sinasabi na international law pa rin daw ang nag-govern at sa atin pa rin ang Kalayaan Island Group na tila ba ay sagot niya sa aking naunang pahayag. Hindi po ito ang nangyari.